Well, Matrix, let's look at calculating the value of n in an annuity. Particularly, let's look at a future value in this example. And we're going to find n, the number of payments here. 500 Rand is invested each month. Okay, so it's a monthly thing. Let's have a look here. Let's get something different. There's 500 Rand in each month, starting in a month's time. 16% compounded monthly, so it's 16% compounded monthly, and accumulates to that. That's your future value. It actually accumulates to 10,000 Rand. Okay, how many payments? Okay, that's n. How many payments are going to be made? Okay, so, and it goes, so we don't know how long, we've got to get how long this little loan, or this, not loan, but investment's going to be. So let's draw a timeline, and let's see what happens if we draw a timeline. Okay, well, what is happening in this example is that a certain, that there's money going to be accumulated if you go, we don't know how long, but it's going to grow over that period till to 10,000. So if invested in 1 month's time, then we can go like this. Okay, the decision was here, but it only started at T1, and we go up there. So there's n payments. Okay, n payments. The interest rate is going to be, let's see, at 16% compounded monthly. And how many of these payments, including the last one there, will amount to give you a future value of 10,000? How many would be? So let's see the future value. So we can say is 10,000 is into, okay, it's 500 Rand per month. We want to know how long, or for example, particularly how many payments will be made. Okay, so it's a loan, so it's one, okay, or it's not a loan, sorry, it's a future value. Be careful. Remember, you're saving money, so it's a future value. So this is going to give you here 1 plus 0.16 over 12. And there are n of those payments. Okay, n divided. Remember, this is future value. Okay, it's not a loan, you are saving money for the future. Okay, and we've got to solve for n, so we're going to be bringing in a little bit of logs here. So let's multiply both sides by the 0.16 over 12, and then divide by, let's say we divide it by the 500, which will then leave us with just this. There we go. To the n minus 1. So we're left with that. Then all we need to do is bring the minus 1 across, and let's see what happens here. So that gives me 10,000 multiplied by 0.16 over 12 divided by 500, and then we add the 1 on the other side, and we've got our little fraction here. Okay, with the exponent n. Okay. Good. Okay, now let's have a look. If we work out this mess in the calculator, what are we going to come to? Well, 10,000, let's do it together. 10,000 multiplied by 0, let's do it together. 10,000 multiplied by 0.16 over 12 divided by 500, and then we add the 1 to give me 1,26, and the 6 goes on like that, is equal to 1 plus 0.16 over 12 to the n. So it's really 1,26 recurring is equal to this. Okay, and then what you then simply do is apply log. So we go log of 1,26 recurring. That's dot 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 66 is all the way through, and then put into your calculator that base there, and that should give you n. Now if you work it out, you get n to be, just work it out, log of this to base that. Just try it quickly. You should get, if I'm right, about 17,84709,183. Now to answer this question, how many payments of 500 Rand will be made? How many payments will be made? Well, what we've got is we've got 17 payments. Okay, 17 payments of 500 Rand will be made. Okay, now if you look at the amount saved, if you think about it, the amount saved after the 17th payment's been made. So what's going to happen is, if you look at this carefully now, watch this. Okay, so you making these payments, okay, and there's going to be 17 of them. Okay, 17 of those payments. But the question is this decimal. What does this decimal mean? Okay, well, 17 comma something. Well, what that means is if you look at this carefully, at T17, let's suppose we've saved up 17 payments of 500. How much will we have at T17? How much money? Well, let's see. If you go in and you grow it, let's use our little interest rate that they gave us there, 1.6 divided by 12, and we're going to go to 17 payments. Let's just see how much money we've actually saved. And this is going to help to make sense of the decimal. Okay, this thing, if you work it out, gives me 9470.03, which is not quite the 10,000. And so what the decimal means is really, if you look at it on a timeline, what's going to happen if you look at this, here is T17. T18, we're going to go way beyond. Okay, here we've got 9470.03. You might even want to work this out here. But what the decimal does, it tells us that in order to make the 10,000, this little decimal of 94 will have to grow a little bit in the month, okay, to give me my 10,000. Okay, so it grows a little bit. So the number of payments would be, 17. Payments of 500 would be a total of 17, okay, and then we leave the money. Okay, we leave the money to grow a little bit. Okay, there we go, and that's it. There we go, and to grow a little bit into the month, and in other words, to grow a little while, for a bit, if you like, for a bit into the 18th month. Okay. And there we go. And so there's 17. How many payments? There's 17. You don't round up. People, be very careful with this. You're not rounding up or down. There's not 18 payments. There's 17 payments. And when you get to there, the future value, the money you saved, grows for a little bit to make up the 10,000. You'll see if you go to T18, it's going to be way more. You can actually work it out there. The amount there's a lot more. Okay, so just be careful of that in this. So you never round down, up or down. Okay, you take that as, you always round to that. That's 17 payments. The decimal indicates a little bit of growth. Okay, a little bit of growth into the next month. Okay, because you would have saved up at that stage at T17, you would have saved that, which is not quite. But also, if you go and check at T18, the amount here will be definitely bigger than the 10,000. You can check it out. So in other words, it means that there's a little bit of growth to make up the 10,000 there. Okay, all right. I hope that helps you.